Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to JimmyGlen Car Sales. The keen eye of you all will see that I'm in something rather special and rather JDM today. Fortunately this is not the car for the test, this is a car that I've treated myself to be runabout in for the, well, probably until it's cleaned. It is a Honda Type R, Honda Accord Type R, but a Euro R, a JDM, and they're absolutely brilliant. Anyway, back to the reason for the video. If you don't know already, this is the JimmyGlen Random Candid Car Review series, where the guys set out a car for me the night before. I drive into work before we open, with no idea what I'm going to see, take the car out and do a wee review. So I will be at the garage in a couple of minutes and we'll see what we've got to review. See you shortly. Please don't forget to give us a wee like if you enjoyed the video. Also, if you haven't already, a subscribe would be massively appreciated. Just by clicking the subscribe button and hitting the wee bell icon so that you don't miss any up and coming episodes, which may well include this gorgeous and extremely rare JDM Euro R. And of course, it would be extremely unfair of me to be in a VTEC car, not give it some VTEC! Old, but definitely still gold. Okay, we are here. Let's see what we've got. Alrighty, let's have a nose in and see what we've got. That's not bad. I have to say it's not my brand, but when you're a car dealer, it can't really be all the things you like. But that being said, it's not a bad car at all. Get in, get the lamp off. Ready? You can probably already see it hiding in the background because it's not the most discreet of things. Yes, guys, got a Focus ST today. Majorly popular car, these. Majorly, we sell these in no time. Probably one of the quickest selling cars that we stock actually. This one is, in case you haven't noticed, Tangerine Scream, which is bizarre because Tangerine's orange and I would describe that as yellow for sure. But anyway, I'll take a wee quick wander around, let you see what the car looks like, which is, I have to say, I mean, it definitely is an eyeful of a thing. And when they were released, the big centre exit exhaust, really, I mean, to be fair, back then I think you were getting Astra VXRs with the same thing, but personally, I'm a big fan of a centre exit, definitely. I'd rather that over 4 any day. This has got the big wheels, rear tinted glass, the upgraded audio, full leather, and some auxiliary dials on top of the dashboard, some nice illuminated entry plates, red calipers, and the nice darker headlights. So anyway, I'm sure we all know what a Focus ST looks like. We see plenty of them on the road, but what's it like to drive? Let's go and jump in and find out. Who does not like a hot hatch? And for years and years and years, nobody really done it much better than Ford. I mean, you just need to look at the absolutely eye-watering price of anything that's remotely fast, remotely cool, with a blue oval on the bonnet. Now, will this newer generation Ford following the same footprints? It's anybody's guess. I'm going to go out there and say probably not, because see, back in the 90s when everybody was out battering the life out of their RS Turbo, their Escort Cosworth, or whatever XR model that they had, whatever fast blue oval car they had, they didn't care what it was going to be worth. That meant there was less of them left, and deals supply and demand. If there's not much supply but there's huge demand, up go the prices. So I think there's more and more people now are aware of the fact that if they look after their car in the long run, especially a Ford, it's probably going to look after them financially. So that means that there's going to be more of them to choose from. Anyway, that's not the purpose of this video. The JimmyGlen Candid Car Random Candid Car review is about this car and this car today. What's it like? What does it sound like? What does it drive like? How does it make me feel? What's the fit and finish like inside? How does it brake? What's the gearbox like? All that good stuff that will hopefully help you decide if you want to buy one. Now, you don't necessarily need to buy this one. If you found this video on YouTube, then you're probably just down a Focus ST rabbit hole and you found this Scottish guy randomly talking into his GoPro on the windscreens. But if you take away a couple of things from this video that helps you decide if you want to buy a Focus ST, which I think is the third generation. You get the ST170, then you get the ST with the 2.55 cylinder, and then you get this one. This is a facelift, I'm sure, being a 15 plate. I'm not a Ford aficionado, I'm a car dealer at the end of the day. So what you will get once this car's up to temperature, which won't be long because I've let it run in for a wee minute or two while I was doing the B-roll, is a pretty straightforward bit of feedback about what this car's like. So first of all, seating position, I like personally to sit nice and low in a car, which is quite unusual because I'm short anyway, so that generally isn't too difficult. But if a car does not let me sit low enough and I feel like I'm sitting on it, immediately I just don't gel with it. I am very happy to say that I can get myself just double checking on the electrically operated seat that we are in the lowest position. We've got adjustable rake and reach, so we're all the way out and all the way down, just where I like it. Come out a wee bit further, but that's me just nitpicking. We've got, as per, tons of buttons on the steering wheel, but that's pretty much standard, so I'm not going to start nagging about that. It's a nice size. Got some nice formations, shall we say, at the 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock position, which are nice to rest your hands on. We've got cruise control, adjustments for the audio, both sides. You can answer the phone. This car, what else has it got? We've got auto lights, auto wipers, all that sort of stuff, folding mirrors. Auto climate, got a heated front windscreen. Now, a heated front windscreen is something that, I mean, what's more important? Being able to see out your front window or your back window. But every car's got a heated back window, and only a select few are lucky enough to have a heated front screen. I think that's due to being copyrighted by Ford. Let me know in the comments, guys, because I'm sure Volvo and Jaguar had it, but at one point in time both those manufacturers were indeed owned by Ford. So I have now filled in that short pause because I was in a queue of traffic, and let's just get underway and see how fast it is. So we're in second gear, 20 mile an hour, put the foot down, we'll see how it goes and let you guys hear also what it sounds like. Induction noise, traction control, torque steer. That is a noise that doesn't sound turbocharged. It's got a really meaty induction note, which normally, in my experience, is only something that you get with a naturally aspirated car. So I don't know if it's anything to do with possibly piping in induction noise into the cabin, but let's have another go. This time I won't see anything. Now is probably a good point to discuss the brakes, which are strong. There's not an awful lot of travel in the pedal. Very, very confidence inspiring. Obviously brakes in a straight line. Back to the performance, it's very, very, very strong, and I love the way that it does not fall off even up after 6,000 RPM, which is something you can find with turbocharged cars. There's loads of lumpy torque delivered in the mid-range, and then once it gets to sort of 5.5, 6, you don't really want to take it much further than that. Nice soft limiter as well, just fades away gradually just as you approach the red line, which is nice. Traction's great, you can feel a bit of torque steer. The traction control comes in but does not completely destroy your progress, which is nice. So goes good, great traction, strange but not unpleasant noise, good brakes, steering wheel's nice. Let's turn it off down this wee country road and we'll see what it's like down here. Gearbox is very, very direct, wee bit plasticky feeling but not unpleasant. So let's get down here, get my seat pulled up a wee bit to the front. No, we won't. I should have done that when I set off actually. So I need to remember this road's a wee bit busier than normal because we have got traffic lights in the middle of Chapel Hall. There's the middle of Airdrie. Don't really need to use second gear out the corners because there's tons and tons of available torque. Well, for this one, nice pointy front end. That gear stick is really, really well placed. The front end is, it turns in nice, but it feels like there's quite a bit of rubber in the suspension, which probably why it's quite compliant. We're on a brand new set of Dunlop Sports Max tyres on this car all round, which were fitted during prep. So if you look up the hill, make sure they're done coming. A lot of torque steer, which I'm quite surprised about. Ride's really good, as I mentioned earlier on this wee road. It can get a bit lumpy and bumpy. We're coming to the lumpiest and bumpiest section just up here. You know, I'm gonna see, for a hot hatch, this should be pretty dreadful on lumpy stuff, but on a B road is where these cars really should shine. And I'll tell you what, that's lumpy. No, I mean, you can feel it through the car. It's obviously quite stiff, but you get no second bounce. You know, you don't feel tons of weight in the car. Cambers on the road do want to pull the steering wheel left to right a wee bit, but again, you know, this road's awful. This wee section just up here. So I don't want to go too quick on this bit because it is pretty narrow. So we'll just get back to the interior. We are sitting on a proper Recaro bucket seat, which holds you nice round about the bottom of the rib cage. We've got extended lumbar adjustment on the front, which comes out behind your knees, which personally I've never really figured out what that brings to the party. It's a really nice quality of leather. We've got white stitching down the edge of the seat. We've got ST embroidered into the backrest, and we've even got a nice wee Recaro logo embroidered down the outside bolster, which is, it's just, they didn't need to do it, but they did, and it's a really nice touch. The fit and finish is, I mean, we're on this bumpy road and there's no creaks. The only thing that's making any noise is my camera lens. Black headlining, which is a must, even a black, I'm getting a bit carried away with the black here, but it's got a black rear view mirror, which sometimes these can be beige, which is horrible. So overall, a really nice place to be inside. So we're just at the end of that wee narrow section, and we'll just have it a wee, we'll not go too daft down here because it is quite narrow. Rather than driving it hard, we'll just see what it's like when you're just potting along, sort of 410s. And remember, this is where I met the guy last week in the E30, which was a bit of a bum clenching moment. Big windscreen, lots and lots of visibility, but you know, at the end of the day, this car is a practical hatchback, so they can turn it up, they can make it speedy, they make it handle good, they can make it sound good, but at the end of the day, it is just a modest 5-door Ford Focus at the end of the day. Love the centre exit exhaust, mentioned that earlier. The design of the ST, I think, is absolutely on point. It's got a lovely big high level spoiler on it as well. 19-inch wheels, these are an upgrade on this car. Stance is spot on, there's no arch gap. Everybody modifies these things to an inch of their life. This is a standard car, but you know, if you just bought it, left it standard, and enjoyed the way it came from the factory, you just wouldn't be disappointed in this car. You really wouldn't. So, in summary, is it a good hot hatch? Absolutely. What I didn't expect is the torque steer. It's not deadly, but it's there. In terms of tech, we've got auxiliary gauges. We've got a boost gauge that shows 2 bar, which is quite optimistic. Oil pressure, oil temp. Fairly traditional set of analog clocks, which are a bit underwhelming, with a TFT display in the centre. This is the updated Sync 2, I think, system, which is really, really nice to use. Dead easy to connect your phone. It's got the Sony upgraded audio as well, which I'll be honest, I haven't tested. Spencer says it's quite good. But the main thing for this car is it's something a bit different. You could go Golf R, you know, you could go Golf GTI. I think you get a ton more car for the money. You get a newer, younger car, but the inside, the plastics and stuff, can feel a bit cheap by comparison to the German rivals. Would it disappoint you on a country road? No. Are the looks, which are subjective, going to appeal more than a Golf R or you know, a Golf GTI or an S3, something like that? That's really just down to your personal preference. Loads of people love the shouty, bright yellow paintwork. I've got a bright orange convertible right enough, so I can't really comment. So it is a bit of an acquired taste, but people that like it absolutely love it. So overall, I think it's a great car. I think it's a great car for the money. This one in particular is 240,000 miles and completely unmodified, which is difficult to find. And it's available on the website now. But that's it. That's the only plug I'm going to give it. Guys, I very much hope you enjoyed this candid, random JimmyGlen car review. The title seems to change every week. Join me next week let's see what the guys have set out for me to review. We put up a video every Friday. If you have enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. If there's anything that you don't agree with me on the Ford Focus, let me know in the comments. Try and change my mind. If there's a car that we've got in stock that you would like us to review, drop us a comment below. And if you haven't already, if you could subscribe to the channel, I would really, really appreciate it. Thanks very much, guys. My name's Stephen. This has been the JimmyGlen Candid Car Review, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.